My name is Keith Witt. I heard about the Ark Shelter when I was going to my high school, Youth Advancement Academy, a high school for kids that got kicked out of public high school. It's kind of like the last resort. There was a lot of tension and dysfunctional relationships between my family and my child's family as well. So I talked to my counselor and I asked her, hey, I really have no place to go. I really am not sure what I'm going to do. So we looked around and there was a couple places to go for homeless people, and the Ark Shelter seemed to be the only one that fit my situation. I stayed at the Ark Shelter for the full 3 weeks. I was 17 when I first came here. Doesn't mean that that's probably been the time when I came here. I remember ever since I was about 14, there was probably the option of going here. I think especially with men, we have a certain kind of pride that makes us not want to look for help, kind of find answers ourselves. So finally it came to 17 when I realized I needed to drop the pride where I was at. There was no reason to have pride. So I finally dropped it and came here and take a second to reflect my life. Typical day started off, you wake up, take a shower. You got to make your own breakfast, which was really cool because being 6'4" and about 220 pounds, it's nice to know that you can eat a little bit more than like the 4'10" girl that weighs 90 pounds. That's the one thing that I really didn't like about, where I was at, was that I was expected to eat, as much as everyone else. After that, kids go to school, I went to work. You'd come back and, there'd be another meal. You would be able, when it was warm, would go outside and play, basketball. I like playing basketball. It's usually what I look forward to. Other than that, there was always some kind of group activity to kind of help you assess certain skills in your life, kind of where you're going. After that, there was board games or card games, just kind of activities to kind of keep you thinking. There really wasn't any time where, you're just sitting around doing nothing. There was always something to do. In my 3 weeks, I only met with her twice, but I was in constant contact with her. Either it was a phone call, I give her a phone call, or she'd give me a call back. Always letting me know what was going on. If I had any questions, she'd answer them. It's pretty much, it varies, I think, from person to person. Within my situation, we only need to talk and sit down twice. We held contact at least 4 times a week. What I would like to add about the Ark Shelter is a lot of kids don't realize that in Michigan, there isn't always a place to go. When I was living around Detroit, if you left your house, you left your house. There wasn't anywhere to go other than the juvenile home. There wasn't really any other kind of place looking out for you. In Kalamazoo, for the Ark Shelter, it's a place where kids who have, something happened to them in life. Either it's ran away or, sexual abuse or violence in the house, alcoholism, drug addiction, all that kind of stuff. It's a third-party option other than, going to, rehab or going to an inpatient place or, going to a place where it kind of gives a stigma of youth. It's a place where you can just sit and reflect upon your life. When I was in here, I really sat down and thought, where am I going to be in a year? Where am I going to be in 5 years? What am I going to do? And I've seen so many kids around me just squander that opportunity. This really is a place where it gives you the option to kind of just do a self-assessment. I mean, and the thing about it is that, I knew people when I went in here that they just went out the door. It's not like it's an opportunity, it's an option. It's not a place where you are bound to. So, just I'd want to let people know, as youth, really think about the option before you go and do something that you regret. I could have came here, and if I would have done that, I probably would have never gotten into a fight with my stepdad. I got into a fight with my stepdad, and now I'm trying to enlist for the Army. I can't because I got domestic violence in my case. I could have went here instead of running off, and becoming, addicted to certain things out here. There was a lot of times where I could have came here and it could have definitely changed my life, and I finally did, and now I'm sitting here a year later and I've done a complete 180. And I think the Ark Shelters has done a lot for me to assess my mind and where I really wanted to go, so I could match my actions with where I want to be.